Today I want to show you a super easy and delicious recipe on how to make feta and sun-dried tomato pinwheels. Absolutely delicious, not that difficult to make at all, and a hit whether it's at home or at somebody else's place. So, first things first, as always, to start us off, preheat our oven 400 degrees Fahrenheit or about 200 degrees Celsius. Get that off and going. The next thing is just mixing our ingredients together. That's the first stage. So, as in the name, feta and sun-dried tomatoes. For this, I'm going to add about 450 grams of feta that I'm going to crumble into a bowl. And I prefer to crumble it rather than cube it because I don't want the feta to actually disappear. I want it to actually have a little bit of texture and substance in my pita or my pinwheel pita. So this is going to go in just like that. Actually, I'll just speed it up. Just move it in there just like that. So that's perfect there. And if you got a few big chunks or bigger than you'd like, feel free to just crumble them up. Not a big deal at all. All right, so that's our feta in there. The next thing that's going to go in as a part of our binder is half a cup of strained Greek yogurt. So that's going to go into our bowl as well. And to bind everything up and keep it all together, 1 egg. Just crack that in there, just like that. Let me just real quick wash my hands. All right, next thing, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper, and this is always to taste. In this recipe here, or recipes that have feta base in them, I really don't add salt to mine. Feel free to add to yours if you can handle it or if you like it. For me, it's just fresh cracked black pepper, just like that. A little bit, when I mean a little bit, is maybe like a tablespoon of Greek extra virgin olive oil will go into this as well. And what you're going to do is slowly start mixing this and incorporating it. Now, here's the thing. I have my sun-dried tomatoes and I'm going to add them right at the very end. The reason I'm doing this is because I want it to have a white consistency with a few red splashes of color for the sun-dried tomatoes. If I put the sun-dried tomatoes in now or too soon, it'll give you this pink color or a color that, you know what, I'm not really crazy about. Totally up to you, but to get the full kind of holiday effect or to get like an added kind of wow feature to this, all you're going to do is very simply add it in last. All right, nothing to this. Boom. This is ready to go. I'm going to set this aside. Here I have my sun-dried tomatoes, and for this I'm using about 1/3 of a cup of sun-dried tomatoes. They've been chopped already, but what I want to do is actually chop them up a little bit more. I'm just going to grab a knife and real quick just start chopping them up finely, just like that. Perfect. So I'm going to take these, put them in there. So now what I'm going to do is, rather than mixing my sun-dried tomatoes in here, I'm just going to fold them in gently, so that way there's still that white and red thing happening. So just like that. It's going to take like a few seconds. Nothing complicated, nothing to this at all. And there you go, my friends. This part is done. This is the inside filling of our pinwheels. Now, let me grab this, clean this off, because what I'm going to work with now is a little puff pastry. You can use phyllo sheets, totally fine. I like the texture and the consistency of puff pastry. And for this, just opening this up real quick. All right, now, Here's what you're gonna do. Most puff pastry comes with a lining of some sort, like a sheet of like wax paper. I'm gonna leave this with my wax paper on, like this. How is that gonna help? When it's time for me to roll it up, I'm gonna use the sheet to do it. So that's that. Let's get our filling here. This is gonna be so amazing. Oh. So you're just gonna spread your filling evenly. It may look like a lot when you first put it on, but believe me, once you start rolling it, it's all gonna thin out and it's gonna become absolutely magnificent. So just get even layers. You want a little bit of chunk, a little bit of zhuzh to this, you know what I mean? So move that down there just like this, nice and easy. Now, the rolling part. You're gonna take this, you're gonna take the lining sheet, and you're gonna slowly turn it over. And see what happens here? It's like perfectly and tightly rolled here. And you're just gonna continue to roll this and roll this. And if you're having problems, just let your sheet do the work. See what I mean? How this is going? And I'm gonna just slide this out here and move this and continue rolling. And rolling. Absolutely fantastic. And what you're going to do is, in the end, you're just going to roll this off. Boom. I have a perfectly rolled log or wheel. Let me move this out of the way. And I'm certainly no baker. And just move this over here, just like that. Tuck this all nice and even. And look how perfect this is. Ready to go. What am I going to do next? I'm going to take a little bit of my Greek extra virgin olive oil. I'm just going to drizzle maybe a tablespoon or two at the bottom of this. Take a little brush and just brush it evenly just to avoid any unnecessary sticking. The next part of this, you're going to need a serrated knife, a very sharp serrated knife. And all you're going to do is you're going to cut this or these in about 3/4 of an inch in thickness, each one. And just do long strokes so your wheels come out nice and clean. So now, if I really want to funk it up, I'm going to put this in the shape of a Christmas tree. So you're going to start with one at the very bottom, like this. You're going to take your other one to create the trunk, just like that. Even if they're not perfect, it's rustic cooking. And there you have it, my friends. This now is done. It looks like a Christmas tree, or at least the best that I can do. Now, this is ready to go into our oven. We're going to throw this into our 400-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, give or take, until it's all done, golden brown and flaky. All right, so it's been about 45 minutes. My feta and sun-dried tomato pinwheels are out. Actually, my feta, sun-dried tomatoes, pinwheels in the shape of a sort of Christmas tree are out. They're done. It's very rustic looking. You don't have to be perfect. If it's not, it's rustic. So I've got my little kind of pseudo Christmas tree thing happening here. You need ornaments on your Christmas tree. And all I'm going to do is slowly just start spreading them around my Christmas tree in the shape of ornaments. You got to decorate the damn tree, right? So here's the thing. Put them all in there just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, it's rustic. So take that, boom, that's it. Remember, this is going to be just pull apart goodness. So that's it for my feta and sun-dried tomato pinwheels. You can make this in any shape you want. You can make these in a round pan, put them like kind of cinnamon buns all around. It is absolutely a great little recipe for entertaining, for bring it to somebody's house as a snack. Time to elevate the snack from simple chips and popcorn to something like this. And this doesn't take long at all. So my friends, that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys, or I really hope you guys try this. Subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button. Check me out online as well at kensgreektable.com. And until next time, I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.